What is up, Kliqpod Nation? It is, as you can see, Wednesday, what is it, September 8th, 2018, and we are here for another Tuesday night Smackdown review. Don't worry, guys. Even with all the Madden going on, I didn't forget. I would never forget. Kliqpod is the priority. Madden, even though we love it, comes number two. But with that being said, I actually want to start off the show a little different today. So I'm always on here, and I always tell you guys, please leave comments, man. I want to hear your opinions, your thoughts. Honestly, I want to open a dialogue. I want to be able to read your guys' comments on video. I want to be able to respond to them, shout you guys out, because it means the world to us. So from now on, I'm gonna start our videos out a little different. If we get a comment, that will be the quick introduction we do before the intro video, and then we get to the body of the review and everything like that. So, going forward, we will be shouting out all comments. That will be initially what we start with. And our greeting, as always. And if I can ever remember, I'm also going to remind you guys to please subscribe, like, share the video. Yo, just get the Kliqpod out there. You guys know we are doing a huge thing. The only hard part is getting the eyes to see the work. And that's where we need your guys' help as well, by sharing, liking, subscribing. But you guys are awesome. But I want to take this moment out and shout out Alonzo Time. He replied on the last SmackDown video in regards to me talking about AJ and Joe. As we all know, Kliqpod loves Joe. We love AJ. This is a tough one for us, but we'd like to see the belt get on Joe at this time. He starts out by saying, I'm not confident considering AJ is on the cover of WWE 2K19. I doubt AJ is dropping until months after the game releases, probably the Rumble. And honestly, I honestly agree with that. But I'm hoping it might be a different situation because AJ doesn't need the belt. He's so great. And then so I reply back, and Alonzo replies with, hopefully Joe needs the belt just like hopefully Joe needs the belt just like Knock should have had it at Money in the Bank. But we see Nakamura recover, but Joe should win it off AJ, but I don't see it, sadly. And I want to talk about that for a second. First off, Alonzo, thank you so much for you starting the dialogue, man. I can't thank you enough. That's what we want this channel to be about. But with that being said, honestly, I feel like you. I want to see the title go on Joe. Yo, his mic work is what also helps me to believe that he will get it, because Joe makes me feel it, that he's so confident in getting the title. I feel that confident in getting the title, or in him getting the title. So unfortunately, I do agree with Alonzo. I do think AJ honestly is going to retain at SummerSlam. But we are hoping Joe does walk away with the belt, and the WWE maybe throws us for a swerve on this one. Because to be honest, how many people out there really think Joe's going to be AJ? How good would this set you up for the rest of this year with this feud between these two amazing men? And I'm sorry, Joe is, if not one of the best heels in professional wrestling today. That's across all platforms. But with that being said, guys, don't forget, leave your comments, like, subscribe, share. Let's grow Kliqpod, get it huge. But let's get to the intro, because I actually want to talk about SmackDown. What is up, guys? Thank you for staying through the intro. And now, let me give a huge shout out to my buddy, Direct WWE. Go follow him on Twitter. My dude's putting out great memes. Absolutely love the work. You guys might previously know him as Graphics Flam, so go out there and support my boy. But I'm actually kind of excited to talk about this show. And I don't think it's the show itself. As far as the show, I want to say it was great, but there were definitely bad parts. I want to say it was good, but I felt there were still definitely bad parts. I thought it was average, maybe a little above average at best. But coming off the heels of Monday Night Raw, which was absolutely terrible, and if you guys haven't watched the live show, please go back and check that out. And I apologize, we are literally all over the place on that one because we are having people comment on the thing, which is what we want, man. Fan interaction makes this so much better. And shout out to Direct 2K for that. I think I might be messing it up. But uh, with that being said, man, SmackDown last night kicks off with my favorite heel, Randy Orton. I love Joe, but you guys already know how I personally feel about Orton, and heel Orton is just something else, man. So before he even speaks, he's just got this look of disgust on his face, man, which I think is perfect for heel Orton. I think his facial mannerisms are so perfect when he's doing his heel role. When he's a babyface, let's just be honest, it's lost to the world. Uh, but Randy reminds us last night that Jeff Hardy called him out the previous week, and then he actually takes a second to remind us with a video package of last week, the attack on Jeff Hardy. Which watching it the second, I mean, technicality, it'd probably been my fifth or sixth time through, but just the second time through, just with SmackDown alone, it was probably more cringeworthy to me yesterday than it was originally. So, I mean, it still has that everlasting effect we're definitely looking for. Uh, and then after the video package, Randy proceeds to question the crowd, and he asked them, the question is, do you still believe? He says he could have warned the fans about the video, that it was going to be gruesome. But he wanted them to watch. He wanted them to see it. He chose to make them squirm. Randy at this point vows to become so violent. So violent, the WWE universe will want to turn away the channel. But they won't. And I get this. But I'm thinking something that he's not thinking. So Randy proclaims that they won't change it because they still believe, they still have this hope in Jeff Hardy, that Jeff Hardy will rise to all challenges. But what I'm thinking of is, dude, even if people want to change it, they can't, because it's like that car crash incident. Now, I'm a huge, like, I can't stand it when people do this, but some people may do this out there and whatever. But when there's a car crash, people tend to go slower and like watch it. Even if it's a grisly event, they want to look, stare. And that's how I felt when he was talking about the violence. The violence and the wrath that would incur to every superstar on the roster, starting with Jeff Hardy. Dude, and once again, Randy's just doing such an amazing job. Says he's going to erase the enigma, man. Gives a history lesson with all the accolades. And then he reminds the fans that he's going to destroy the whole entire WWE universe, as we covered a little before. And the reason he's going to do this is specifically because of the fans. And then my favorite part, which I think might be one of the moments of the year in the WWE so far to date, is he says you can refer to him as any name, the Legend Killer, the Viper, whatever you want. But never, never forget the three most destructive words in the world. And that's RK, dopest shit ever. Fans scream, oh, he just mic drops, that bitch walks out. Perfect way to start your show. I will not lie. You guys know I do prefer a match to start the show rather than us hitting with a storyline. But Randy delivers, man. The way Randy delivers his promo when he is heel Randy, it is bone chilling. It leaves you speechless. And the whole time you were sitting there literally so freaking impressed with the levels that he is willing to go to and that we've seen him reach in the past. Let's not forget, man, this is the same guy that was punting Vince McMahon, Stephanie. He was punting anybody he could, and they had to take it out because it was such a vicious move. And it looks so intense, man. You know there are little kids out there running up, punting their freaking homies, which is what we do not want. But you know it happened. So, I mean, I got to say, man, you start the show off with a bang. Heel Orton is the best. Let's not do babyface Orton anymore in his career. I just don't need it. And that's coming from a dude who has Randy in his top 3 of all-time favorites. With that being said, man, we move on. We get Charlotte and Becky, man, and they're clearing up last week. And the only thing I really took from this is the shot that they threw at Sasha and Bayley. And they're like, what are we, Sasha and Bayley? Thought that was a really good, beautifully done by Becky and Charlotte. Greatly done by creative. I like that they throw a shot at that shit storyline. I honestly think, not women excluded, the 4 women excluded, just creatives alone, SmackDown would have the better storyline for Charlotte and Becky than Sasha and Raw for Sasha and Bayley. As we can see, man, come on, like, what are we seeing from Raw? Nonsense. Just a whole bunch of it. But we're not here to talk Raw. I don't want to get in that dapper mood. I'm actually in a very good mood. We just got our first Madden 19 pack opening video, so if you guys haven't checked that out yet, please take a second, go check that out. Not only that, I think I'm about to stream for an hour here before I go get the little man. Gonna record a solo play video, which you guys will probably see me lose, but that should be fun, entertaining times for you guys out there, and I get a kick out of it. Man, with my frustration levels while playing, I think it's hilarious. But, so I'm in a good mood. I don't want to digress and go back to talk to Raw, because I know instantly the second I start talking about Raw, I'm going to be a lot more pissed. SmackDown is doing so much better. They're actually doing good with their SummerSlam build-ups. Like, I am excited to see matches on their side of things. I'm excited to see freaking Shinsuke versus Jeff, because I know Randy's going to play a freaking issue in that. Like, I'm excited to see these things. On the Raw side of things, there's nothing I'm really excited for. It's literally rinse and repeat every week from that side of things. And I'm not going to sit there. So this weekend, I had to think about the podcast, to be honest with you. Guys, get on a real personal level with you. This weekend, I had to sit back and think about the podcast. Now, I know I want to pursue the Madden games. I love doing what we do for the podcast. But with that being said, man, I was listening to JD. And JD's, I don't know, man, probably the biggest annoyance for JD watching his videos, man, is these fans out here that think we shouldn't have an opinion and we should just be happy with the garbage that's presented to us. And for me, so that was my dilemma this weekend. I questioned myself, like, should we keep doing what we do here at podcast or Kliqpod, which is me bringing you guys real honest opinion, how I truly feel in my heart about what we are seeing presented, about one of the things I love more than anything in this world, minus kids. I mean, there are times where I will choose to watch wrestling over football, and that happens very often, like every pay-per-view. But with that being said, I thought maybe for a moment we should take this in a more positive direction and start maybe just focusing on the more positive aspects. Because I've also noticed the more happy and upbeat I am in these reviews is the more you guys want to see them. It's like the more irritated and frustrated, the less. And honestly, I can't blame you. If you don't dig it, don't watch it. You know, I appreciate you coming to see the video. I would love for you to sit through the whole video, but hey, I understand. But with that being said, I decided we ain't changing, okay? We coming real. Luckily, SmackDown made it good, so I don't have to have another bullshit too. Now, there's going to be a few parts we're going to rant and rave about. We're going to get to them here in a minute, actually. But, yeah, man, I just wanted to let you guys in on that. Yo, Kliqpod is going nowhere. So there was never a fear of that. There was never a fear of one of them things, should we stop doing what we're doing? Nah. Maybe, like, alter it up, go in a more positive direction, and maybe I should get on the, if you don't like it, you just enjoy a train. But you know what? Hell no, man. We've been real with you since day one, and I'm going to be real with you to the end. So with that being said, man, let's continue on with the show. Thank you guys for always letting me rant and rave at some point in the video about some random ass shit too. But we get Carmella on commentary for a match between Becky and Charlotte and the Iconics. The match itself, nothing to write home about at all, literally. To be honest, I don't really have much notes on the match because I just really wasn't that entertained by it. The most entertaining part of the match for me was actually seeing Peyton Royce shake her booty while she's waiting for the tag. It was, to be honest, it was very hypnotizing. Go back and watch it, guys. Like, it's not a sexual thing for this. It was just really hypnotizing. Like, I even tried to look away. I even, like, consciously tried to look away, and I couldn't. It was just those yellow shorts moving back. I don't know. It was weird. But with that being said, man, there were a couple good spots in this match, so I don't want to totally sell this match under. We get a double. Excuse me, man. So we get a tag from Peyton to Becky, or sorry, Peyton to Billy. Oh, sorry. So we get both women tagged in. This next segment goes, the next few move sets go kind of quick, actually, and they kind of looked awkward. But we get it set up for the disarmer, and I actually think at this time, Becky's going to end this. But Charlotte tags herself in, and she ends the match with a figure eight. Initially, they look happy. We go to commercial. We come back from commercial break. I actually really enjoyed this. When they come back from a commercial break, we get a backstage segment that continues with Charlotte and Becky. With the continuation of Charlotte and Becky, we actually get the opportunity to finally see a real reaction from Becky on how she feels. So, I didn't think last week was too much of anything. Last night I did. Charlotte's talking about how good it feels to be back, how good it feels to team with Becky. Becky's the best. They do their little have tea time. And when they do this, Becky gets this look on her face like, bitch, I hate you. And Charlotte has this look on her face like, what did I just do? I thought that was so well played. And I think with only 2 weeks to not even 2 weeks. It is literally 2 Sundays till SummerSlam, because the second Sunday is SummerSlam. So about a week and a half. This is going to play so well into the storyline. Now, shitty thing for us is, I actually think this is going to be the way they allow Carmella to retain, and we start a feud with these two, not including the championship belt. Now, I've heard that woman's match could end up in a 4-way with Asuka as the fourth. That would just be another moment of me telling you, I told you guys, somebody in creative happens to listen to our stuff at some point. Because what did we say last week on the Tuesday night review? If anything, Asuka should be the fourth in that match. They realized when we said they're bypassing Asuka to screw her again and go back to the nonsense. So, if that happens, great. But I think this could work out for a perfect storyline with Becky and Charlotte. Just from their reactions last night, I know this could work so well. But still, on the other hand, this worries me that they're going to be so distracted with each other at the end of the match at SummerSlam that Mella's going to be allowed to retain the belt somehow. So, we're gonna have to wait and see what they do with this, how they try to put this together, and hopefully they don't try to rush it. Because I think honestly, if you get the belt on Becky or Charlotte, so you can have the resentment from Becky to Charlotte, and Becky could go heel. I think this could main event your women's evolution. So I honestly think WWE has a great opportunity here. They did a really good job, more last night than the week before, of getting this story started. It was good last week with Charlotte getting the opportunity. If she won, she gets to be in the match, and she won. But last night it was even better with Charlotte tagging herself in, finishing off the match with the figure 8, and the backstage momentary facial expressions between the two. Definitely sold it to me. So great job there, ladies. Really happy with that. Now, immediately after the match itself ended, we're reversing back in time a little bit. We get the New Day interviewed by Renee. They actually kicked Renee out. I actually got a little chuckle out of this. So Kofi Kingston puts on a blonde wig. He has this little old school blue sports blazer jacket. And he calls himself Kramer King, interviewing the New Day. Asks about the barman. I don't want to ruin this because I actually thought Kofi did a good job. I'm not a huge fan of comedy acts in my wrestling, but good job with this. Thought it was well delivered. Man, we get maybe one of my favorite portions of last night. And it's The Miz, and it's just a momentary promo. And he's talking about how The Miz is in a giving mood with how well Miz and Miz is doing. And I got to say, honestly, guys, I have actually sat through the first 3 episodes. It's not bad, man. It's kind of cool. We get to see more of his personal relationships with other wrestlers. It's cool to see Dolph Ziggler. I knew him and Dolph were close. But after last night, man, that shit you do for your best friend. So, them fools are extremely, extremely close. But it's not only that. It was cool seeing Titus. Last night we also, on Miz and Mrs., got to see Heath Slater sighting. Freaking Hawkins and Rhino. Crazy sighting, I know, right? But it's cool, man. And I also realized from watching the show, I personally think Maurice is what I always perceived her to be from her looks. She's cool. I don't want to take anything away from The Miz or his wife. I'm not trying to disrespect her in any way. But she is a bitch at times. In one scene, or in last week's episode, I think with the cake, he's running late from getting back from picking up his father, and she's like, no, next time your dad could just take a plane. I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? And then last night, what was it? I don't know. It was just another situation where, I don't know, it's just one of them moments. But gotta say, man, the show is good. It's actually entertaining. Miz really does make me laugh. I mean, I could tell he's doing a lot of things because the camera's there, but he's a really entertaining guy. So if you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. I do not get paid by them whatsoever, and I hate reality shows. But crazily enough, I actually enjoy that one. And no, I do not watch Total Bellas or Divas or whatever the hell them other shows are called. I only watch this because The Miz actually entertains me. With that being said, man, The Miz is in a given mood last night on SmackDown. And guess what he gives Daniel Bryan? A match at SummerSlam. So, guys, the wait is almost here. Now, I personally hope this is just the beginning. There should not be a full match at SummerSlam. There should not even be a real finish at SummerSlam. This needs to be something ongoing. This is a storyline. Oh, okay. Hold on. Actually, in thinking about this on the fly, this is how I'd actually like to see it. I'd like to see the match at SummerSlam. Somehow Miz gets over with some kind of upper hand tactic that's super scandalous, that everybody's seen, that's well acknowledged. And then, after that, Miz refuses He gets a lawyer involved, refuses to give Daniel any more matches. Like, Daniel, you had your shot. I am done with you. I am a star. I have never been worried about you. Stop obsessing about me. Daniel just can't take it. He's doing everything. Like, Daniel is literally doing his mind, starting to, might I say, go a little insane and maybe attack wrestlers he's not normally known for attacking. This all leads to a culmination. We get to somewhere around the Royal Rumble time. The Miz has just been attacked numerous weeks in a row by Daniel Bryan. It was so bad. We get one of them old school, like, we get pictures of Daniel Bryan in the jail. Like, due to Miz having him locked up due to his actions. Miz comes out on a Smackdown later in the year towards Rumble. Says, Daniel, I see you still have this crazy obsession for me. But you know what? I gave you Christmas early last time, but now I have another Christmas present for you late. I'll give you a rematch under one stipulation. If you can win the Rumble tonight, I will give you a chance to wrestle me at the next pay-per-view for your number one contender's Royal Rumble spot at WrestleMania. I think that would placate. I think that would build up perfectly. I already figure we will see Daniel Bryan win the Rumble this year. So I actually think that would work out well. So me personally, I think that's a perfect way to run the storyline. I definitely think you got huge things you could do from this. If this is another thing where they speed through this storyline and we get like a quick resolution come Survivor Series, so here in a few months, I would absolutely be that would be so underwhelming that that should lead to firings on the spot. So Miz gives Daniel Bryan his shot at SummerSlam. So once again, SmackDown doing what they need to and giving us what we want with the storylines in their pay-per-views. Now, this is something I was very excited for. We get to hear from AJ after the Samoa Joe attacks. AJ comes out to a chant. And my God, every time I hear the fans chant his name, I cannot help to get this like warm feeling inside, man. Remembering seeing that guy in TNA, how he got screwed over there, went to New Japan, everybody finally started showing him appreciation. Seeing him show up in the Rumble, and honestly, the way he was taken at the Rumble, I thought he was going to be mishandled. To see him now and how they have truly gave him the reins and let him carry this show, just such a good feeling. And to see the way the whole wrestling universe, I don't want to say WWE, the whole wrestling universe has accepted AJ and finally given him his due diligence and showing him the appreciation that he's deserved for all this time. Freaking loved it, guys. So, man, let's just keep showing AJ all that love and support, man. But I gotta say, once again, this segment was done excellent, man. So we know last week Samoa Joe got very personal with his promo. And watching it again, man, I must have been like, I don't know. I must have just been halfway there or something last week. Maybe distracted by the little man. I'm not sure. Because I watched it, and damn, did he get super personal. And it got awkward at some points. And that's what I like. I like when it has a bit of realism. And it's like, AJ's talking last night, and he said that Samoa made it personal. And the way that Samoa made it personal was talking about his family. And it wasn't just talking about his family. It's the fact that Joe knows AJ's wife. He knows his kids. Like, he knows that AJ loves his family so much that that's why he strives to try to be the greatest of all time. It is because of his family he pushes himself so hard. And with being a parent, man, and hearing AJ come back last night, I gotta say, it was perfectly delivered. It hit me here, like right here. These two are here for me. This is perfect. Remember, let's go back to when Joe first got moved to SmackDown. This was one of the matches we were already prophesizing. And we're going to see it. And do I hope it turns out the best for Joe? Yes. But regardless of who wins this match, do I think the WWE needs to stay with this storyline? Yes. Okay, this needs to go nowhere else. This needs to end with Samoa Joe getting the belt at some point off AJ. I think that would be the perfect transition. It would truly make sense. Give it from a great TNA guy who got to your company, became super successful. Well, technically he did that before he got to the WWE again, but you know what I'm saying. And then Samoa Joe. So, amazingly done. If you guys have time, go back and watch this segment. Amazingly delivered by AJ. I mean, you can really feel it here. Now we start to progress a little further in the show. We get a rematch from last week. This is one of the ones I didn't like. It's Zelina Vega versus Lana. You guys know I love watching Vega just do anything. She's so gorgeous. So is Lana too, so I don't want to take nothing away from Lana. It's just kind of, I got this thing for Vega. And it might be part of the attitude. But the match itself, you can tell these women are green. I don't know what else you want me to tell you, man. It's like, yeah, Lana's showing a little bit of improvement here and there, but I'm watching other things, and it's just looking bad. With that being said, I understand what this all culminates up to. Before the match, Aiden, Rusev, and Lana make up in the back. They're friends again, but Rusev doesn't want Aiden to come down to the ring. Just wants them to stay in the back. Aiden's not happy about this, but, you know, he's going to respect his friend. During the match, Almas is interfering. Eventually, Rusev's had enough. He goes to take care of Almas. Almas is getting the upper hand on Rusev. Down comes Aiden and gives Almas this shoulder shove that, holy shit, man, he knocks him up into the freaking, he knocks him up into Lana on the turnbuckle, on the top of the turnbuckle. So Lana's on the top of the turnbuckle. He runs down the walkway, shoulder blocks Almas. Almas flies up, hits Lana. She flips over. Selena sets her up for the double knees. 1, 2, 3. Zelina Vega walks away victorious. This is another week of Aiden coming out, trying to help, getting in the way. The thing that's shitty is we can all see he's trying to do the right thing, but it's not working out. But Rusev doesn't see it that way. So, honestly, I think last night was literally the final straw. I think we will see the match between Rusev and Aiden very soon. We'll see the breakdown. I mean, this was really just to all continue the demise of Rusev Day. Can it be a happy Rusev Day when nobody's... Can there be a happy Rusev Day without a theme? That I'm not sure of. So I want to apologize to you guys if you do hear that vacuum cleaner in the back. Looks like they're taking care of some stuff outside my doors. But with that being said, man, the show must go on. So we get the most pointless part of the night for me. Renee in a backstage segment with Shinsuke. In comes R-Truth. Says something about he wants to pin Mella, or he wants Shinsuke in the belt at SummerSlam. And Shinsuke's like, what are you going to do to earn it, or something along those lines. And R-Truth's like, I know I got to pin Mella. Like, I don't know. Just more of the R-Truth absurdities. Anyways, yeah. It ends with Shinsuke saying something in Japanese, R-Truth not knowing what the hell he's saying, like, or sorry, Ty Dillinger not knowing what he's saying, R-Truth acting like he said something super disrespectful. This is actually a setup to a match later in the evening between Shinsuke and R-Truth. We get an exclusive interview between Byron Saxton and The Miz. And Byron literally asked The Miz, is he scared? And that's why he's not coming out to the ring. And The Miz responds with, no, he's not scared. He just feels Byron is a C-lister, which I agree. I don't even think C. I think F-lister, man. Byron Saxton, can I be real for a minute? Why does the WWE get the freaking, like, most unblack black dudes to commentate? Like, and I'm not talking Booker. Booker is like, yo, Booker is a black man. But, like, Jonathan Coachman and Byron Saxton, no. Your skin might be black, but you are a couple of, like, just yes men. Like, dude, especially Byron's voice. Like, it gets to me. It is very light. There's no heaviness to it. Like, get him off the mic. I say we petition Jonathan Coachman and Byron Saxton off the shows completely. I don't care who you fill them in with. Just get them off the damn shows. These guys are freaking trash. From top to bottom, the way they talk, the agendas they push. Coachman, and crazily as I'm going to say it, Coachman's worse than Saxton, man. Saxton's bad. Don't get me wrong. Saxton's very bad. But Jonathan Coachman is absolutely the worst. God, I wish you'd stop vacuuming the hallway right now. Jonathan Coachman is literally the worst. Like, I can't stand him. He's always pushing the Roman agenda. He always says the most obvious shit or the dumbest shit on the planet. He has no pizzazz. Like, I don't even understand why ESPN picked him up. That's why nothing worked out there for him. Because he is a fucking joke. He is a dude that literally tells you to stop being a tool and stop not liking Roman because people on social media are telling you this. When we're going off our own personal opinions, we can see that he sucks at what he freaking does. But yet you're the real tool trying to get us to like him and push the goddamn WWE and the Roman agenda. That's nonsense, man. Jonathan Coachman is a joke. If I ever had the opportunity, I would tell him to his face. That's why The Rock never paid that fool no mind. When I always hear him try to talk about his relationship with The Rock, I'm like, yeah, maybe backstage, fool. But I honestly think how The Rock truly felt about you is what we seen on stage. It doesn't matter because you're Jonathan the Joke. That's it, man. Like, these commentators are jokes. Michael Cole, yo, I've never been a fan, but, yo, I could deal with him more than those two. Corey Graves is fire. Mauricio, fire. I mean, we got real dudes that are fire doing it now. Even Tom Phillips, good. But Byron and this joke named Jonathan Joke Coachman, man, get them fools off my TV, man. That is a waste of TV time. That is a waste of my ears, man. Jonathan Coachman never has anything good to say. He's probably one of the worst on the mics. Byron Saxton ain't nothing. He's the worst, man. Byron Saxton is literally a little kid talking wrestling. There's nothing adult about Now, so answer me this. Do they have Byron specifically for the kids? Because that's what he's like. Every comment, I love the new day. I was having pancakes with my mama this morning. I love the New Day too. But, I don't know. The commentary is very bad. And it's tough. Honestly, you got to say, for Raw, listening to Coachman might be as tough as watching the show itself. Listening to Saxton on anything just disappoints me in any show. Just automatically lowers the value. But I digress, man. I'm sorry. Miz proceeds to talk about how Miz and Mrs. is better than the Bellas, Total Divas. I agree, man. 100%. I mean, honestly, if you're watching them shows, it's fake ass drama. That's all it is. It's just fake ass drama. Like the Miz, it ain't even really drama. It's just honestly, I just find it very comical. There's a lot of funny shit on there. Um, this basically all just boils down to the Miz is too good to be there. Miz, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great work. Successful with Miz and Mrs. Extremely successful with everything you do in wrestling. So, man, shout out, man. I thought this was an excellent segment. I love how this segment ends. Because this segment ends with the Miz talking. He's giving a plug for Miz and Mrs. Daniel Bryan comes to the shooting location and attacks him. Miz turns around and hits him with a glass vase. And him and Miz and security leave while Bryan tries to recover. I thought this was excellently done. Just once again, building to the rivalry between these two. We get Shinsuke and R-Truth. I'm not even going to honestly report on this for you. What do you want me to say? R-Truth had a longer intro, or a new entrance song for himself that he sung. Congratulations. We all know how this has ended. It's ended with a Kinshasa. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Then we get another stupid-ass squash match, which is even worse. We get the Bludgeoning Brothers versus 3SK, whoever the fuck these fools are. And if you go back and watch it, one of them looks like Santina Morella. That's all I could think when I was seeing it initially. Bludgeon Brothers destroyed. Shocker. You're not building anything to this. You're not building anything to the Bludgeon Brothers. All you're continually doing is kill them. Then we get to our main event of the evening, which is the finals of the number 1 tag team contenders tournament, I guess you call it. Which is the Bar versus the New Day. To be honest, I gotta say, my very first set of notes, I probably wrote halfway through the match, and it was honestly, it's sloppier than their usual ones together. I thought this match started off more sloppy than usual. Now, with that being said, this match got good quick. It went from being sloppy and just looking like almost as if all 4 were lost and they had never worked with each other before, to absolute highlight match of the show. If you haven't seen this, go back and see it. And it builds up so quick at the end. I think this lasts about 25 to 20 minutes. There's so many close falls where where these close falls are so good, they have you on the edge of the seat. Like, when they hit the point in the match where you literally know, okay, here comes the outcome. Shit, this team's going to win. We don't get thrown for many swerves. I'm not going to say we got thrown for a huge swerve last night, but they did keep it fresh, unique, and keep it rolling, which I really appreciated. I have tons of notes on this match. I don't want to go through the notes on this match because even sitting here looking at them, I still feel as though I am selling this match short. I want you guys to, after you're finished watching this, which we are damn near at the end, take a second out of your day, pull up some YouTube, and go watch this match between the Bar and the New Day. Mark my words. Initially, you will be like, this is very sloppy. Everybody's out of spot. They don't know what they're doing. It looks like they're confused. They're just not working well together. But about a little over the halfway point, man, boom, it just kicks. Like a light bulb goes off for both teams. Everything just starts flowing. Like, we get fast paced. We get great action. We get close falls. Multiple ones, man. Multiple savings. The way this ends, absolutely excellent. I don't think the winner was correct, but I'm fine with the outcome. We end with the midnight hour. New Day walks away victorious. I feel this was just another way for you to keep pushing the Bar. So I hope they have other plans in mind for the Bar. Especially at this time off, man. The Bar is coming back really hot. But with that being said, do they allow the New Day to beat the Bludgeon Brothers at SummerSlam? Can the New Day really do it? Can they pull it off? we would have to see a whole new Big E. And to be honest, I actually feel like we've seen little glimpses of that last night. But at the same time, with that being said, could this also be the setup for the destruction of the New Day? So that's something I want you guys to ponder until we catch back up next Tuesday. But with that being said, as always, guys, I can't thank you enough for sitting through this video. Next week, we will be back to the normal recording area. Just this week, I don't know, wanted to do something a little different. But with that being said, as always, thank you guys so much. Subscribe, like, follow us on every platform. Check out the Madden videos. Leave comments. Promise you, your comments will be read. But not only that, as always, take names, kick ass, and peace.